This week in Music in Action Recommends, we're going to do
an experiment about density. What is density?
Density refers to how concentrated a substance is. So we're going to see the density of
water, honey, olive oil, a bottle cap, a tomato, and a metal sharpener.
and also
And sponge.
okay. The first thing we're going to do to see the different substances mix or not is put some color in the water. So we're going to put some not food coloring because we don't have any, some blue paint. Okay, that's enough, Sophia. And now what we have is some blue water. Okay, so we have 1/3 of water in this glass. It's blue now. And we're going to add
Some honey,
1/3 of honey. A bit more. Okay.
okay,
So we have 1/3 of honey. If you see, the honey is, where is the honey?
down.
It's at the bottom. And now we're going to add some
olive oil.
Let's put it here so they can see it. 1/3.
Oh my God.
Okay. So we can see
Ooh.
the different liquids. So what do you think? What do you think of the density of water
Oh my God.
and the density of honey? What is happening, Sophia?
They're mixed.
Do you think it's mixing? The olive oil and the water is mixing?
The water and the honey they're mixed.
I think the honey is at the bottom and the water is in the middle. And if you can see, if you can observe there is more honey at the bottom than in the middle.
Yeah.
So I think the density of honey is higher than the density of water.
Yeah.
And the density of olive oil is what? Is it higher than water? Is it thicker than
Yeah.
water? Yes. What we're going to do now, we're going to see what happens with the different objects and their density. So what do you think is going to happen? We're going to throw, the first thing is going to be
A tomato.
cherry tomato. Let's see where it stands. If you can see, our cherry tomato is where?
At the olive oil.
Is floating on the olive oil. Let's see what happens with the metal sharpener.
Okay, let's throw it. There it is.
It's at the bottom.
There.
What happens with the plastic cap?
Let's throw it. At the olive oil.
And what happens with
The sponge.
the sponge? So interesting. What's happening?
The tomato, the bottle cap, and the sponge are floating at the olive oil.
Okay, but the tomato is floating on top of the olive oil and on
the
top of the water. So that means the tomato has more density than the bottle cap.
Yeah.
And the sponge is absorbing the olive oil.
Yeah.
But what happened with the sharpener?
It fall down.
It fell down. So the sharpener, what do you think? Does it have more density than the tomato?
No.
Yes, it has more density
Okay.
because it's at the bottom. It's heavier.
Okay.
What is heavier, the tomato or the bottle cap?
The tomato.
The tomato, because the tomato is there.
Yeah.
The heavier it is, the further it goes. So here we have our experiment to see the different densities of liquids and materials. So I hope you enjoyed our experiment, and you can do it at home and tell us how you solve these questions. Okay. You can also remember we have many songs of science in our Music in Action website that you can use in class if you want. Okay? So we'll see you next week with Music in Action Recommends. Bye.
Bye.